Pentagon says more American military assets are on the way to the Middle East as the conflict with Iran intensifies. America is winning the war. That's the message from Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth. He says the U.S. and Israel now have almost complete control over the skies of Iran, and America is still ramping up its military presence as Iranian reprisals continue.
We are just getting started. We are accelerating, not decelerating. More bombers and more fighters are arriving just today.
Hegseth also confirmed an American submarine took out an Iranian vessel in international waters.
It was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II.
But that's not stopping Iran from moving ahead with the election of a new supreme leader. The son of the late Ayatollah Khamenei is reportedly emerging as a leading candidate. Experts say that would be a big victory for hardliners.
This is a heinous personality. He also has his own record of human rights abuses.
And here on Capitol Hill, the partisan back and forth continues. Republicans pushing back on suggestions from Democrats that there was no justification for a preemptive strike.
There was no imminent threat against the American people, against American facilities or persons.
Democrats have less credibility on national security issues than grade school kids.
And later today, we'll see how much congressional support President Trump has for this mission. A vote is scheduled in the Senate that could limit his ability to keep striking Iran. On Capitol Hill, Rebecca Castor, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie releasing new numbers this morning on the number of homeless residents in the city. According to the mayor's count, the number of people living in their cars and RVs is at a new low. Ali Erasmus is live this morning to break down those new numbers. Ali?
Well, the mayor's office does this count every 3 months and then releases the data publicly. And according to their estimation, they believe there are fewer people who are living in their vehicles on San Francisco city streets. Now, the way they do this count, we should mention, is by counting the number of tents, structures, and vehicles that people are living in. So not the total number of homeless people, but again, the places where they might be living. And according to their study, about 61 tents and 94 structures were counted this February compared to 61 tents and 101 structures a year ago. But the biggest drop they reported is in the number of people living in vehicles, from 529 February last year to 435 this February. Now, this comes just 3 months after the mayor's office began enforcing a new policy about RVs. Back in November, the city started requiring people who were living full-time in their RVs to apply for a temporary 6-month permit. Then they have to transition to housing or face having their RV ticketed and eventually towed. Now, people we talked to this morning who come to the city on a regular basis tell us the mayor's account of fewer tents, encampments, and visible signs of homelessness seem to line up with what they have observed. Now, this count done by the mayor's office is not the same as the point-in-time homeless count that all counties in the state have to do every 2 years. This is a more informal count that the mayor's office does on its own. And in the past, critics have pointed out that counting the number of tents and structures is not the same as counting the number of people who are unhoused. But the mayor's office believes that according to their study and what they've accounted for, that they believe the trend is headed in the right direction. Again, the number that they're really highlighting is fewer people appear to be living in their vehicles here in San Francisco. Live in San Francisco, Ali Erasmus, KTVU, Fox 2 News.